Hyunwoo woke up in complete darkness. The mining station hummed its usual mechanical song around him. He had been alone for 8 months now, floating in the deep black of space, far from Earth, far from anyone. His job was simple but exhausting. Keep the machines running. Extract the rare metals from the asteroids. Send them back to Earth. Survive. The station was not large. It had enough room for one person to live, work, and maintain the equipment. There was a small kitchen, a tiny bathroom, and a sleeping area that barely fit his bunk. Everything was metal and cold. The only warm thing was his own body heat trapped under the thin blankets. He sat up and rubbed his eyes. Another day. Another set of repairs waiting for him. The life support system had failed yesterday, and he had spent 16 hours fixing it. His hands still ached from gripping the tools. His back hurt from crawling through narrow maintenance tunnels. But he had fixed it. He always fixed it. Hyunwoo pulled on his work clothes and walked to the kitchen. He pressed a button, and a gray paste squirted into a bowl. Food, or something like it. It tasted like nothing, but it kept him alive. He ate quickly and checked the monitors. The extraction machines were working. The solar panels were collecting energy. Everything looked normal. He spent the morning replacing damaged circuits in the navigation system. It was delicate work. One wrong move and the station could drift off course, lost forever in the endless void. But his hands were steady. He had done this 100 times before. Humans were good at this kind of work, good at being careful, good at not giving up. By afternoon, he was exhausted again. He decided to take a break and watched a video message from Earth. It was 3 months old. His friend Tae Yang talked about the weather, about his new job, about normal things that felt like a dream to Hyunwoo now. He missed normal things. He missed seeing another face that was not his own reflection. When night came, or what passed for night on the station, Hyunwoo collapsed onto his bunk. He did not even bother to change his clothes. Sleep pulled at him like gravity. His eyes closed. Then he felt something, a presence. His eyes snapped open. In the darkness, he could see a faint glow. It was right next to him, lying on the bunk beside him. His heart hammered in his chest. He reached for the light switch and slapped it. Light flooded the small room. A woman lay beside him. Hyunwoo screamed and fell off the bunk, crashing to the metal floor. Pain shot through his shoulder, but he barely noticed. He scrambled backward until his back hit the wall. His breathing came in short gasps. The woman sat up slowly. She did not look human. Her skin glowed with a soft silver light. Her eyes were large and entirely black, like looking into deep space itself. She wore something that looked like clothing, but it shifted and moved like liquid. "Please do not be afraid," she said. Her voice was gentle, musical. "What? Who? How did you get on my station?" Hyunwoo managed to say. "I have been here for some time," the woman said. "Watching you. My name is Nari. That is not my true name, but it is easier for you to say." "Watching me?" Hyunwoo felt cold fear run through him. "For how long?" 7 weeks, Nari said calmly. 7 weeks. She had been here, invisible, watching him eat, work, sleep, watching everything. Hyunwoo felt sick. "Why?" he asked. "Because you are interesting," Nari said. She tilted her head, studying him like he was a puzzle. "You are human. That makes you very interesting." "I don't understand." Nari stood up. She moved like water, smooth and flowing. "I am from the Veluin Collective. We have been observing your species for some time. Most species in the galaxy cannot do what humans do." "What do we do?" Hyunwoo asked. He was still pressed against the wall, ready to run, though there was nowhere to run to. "You survive alone," Nari said simply. "You have been on this station for 8 months with no other living being. Most species would go mad. Most would die. But you continue. You fix things. You solve problems. You do not give up. This is impossible to us. Hyunwoo slowly stood up. His fear was fading, replaced by confusion and curiosity. Other species can't be alone? Most cannot, Nari said. My people exist in constant connection with each other. We share thoughts, feelings, everything. The idea of being truly alone, cut off from all others, is terrifying to us. Many species are similar. They need groups, communities, constant contact. But humans can endure isolation. You are strong in your aloneness. I don't feel strong, Hyunwoo said. I feel tired. Yes, Nari said. But you continue anyway. That is what makes you remarkable. Hyunwoo walked to his small table and sat down. His legs felt weak. So you're an alien. You've been watching me. Why reveal yourself now? Nari looked down. For the first time, she seemed uncertain. I was not supposed to make contact. My mission is observation only. But watching you struggle yesterday, fixing the life support system while barely able to stand, refusing to stop until it was done. I could not stay hidden anymore. I wanted to meet you, to talk to you, to understand how you do this. I don't know how I do it, Hyunwoo said honestly. I just do what needs to be done. If I don't fix the machines, I die, so I fix them. But you could give up, Nari said. You could stop trying. Many beings would. That's not how humans work, Hyunwoo said. We're stubborn, maybe stupid, but we don't quit easily. Nari smiled. It was a strange expression on her alien face, but it seemed genuine. I am beginning to understand this. Your species fascinates the collective. You are unpredictable. You adapt to anything. You thrive in conditions that should kill you. Are there many of you watching humans? Hyunwoo asked. Some, Nari said carefully. We study many species, but humans have caught our attention recently. Why? Nari paused. Because you are expanding into the galaxy, and the galaxy is not empty. There are others out there, some friendly, some not. The collective is trying to understand what will happen when humanity meets these others. Hyunwoo felt a chill. Are we in danger? That depends, Nari said. On many things, on choices not yet made. They sat in silence for a moment. The station hummed around them. Outside, in the infinite dark, asteroids drifted by, uncaring and cold. Will you stay? Hyunwoo finally asked. Or will you disappear again? I can stay, Nari said. If you want me to, I can teach you things about the galaxy. Answer your questions. In return, perhaps you can help me understand humanity better. Hyunwoo thought about it. 8 months alone. And now, suddenly, he was not alone anymore. An alien was offering him companionship and knowledge. It seemed too good to be true. But he was tired of being alone. Okay, he said. Stay. Talk to me. But no more watching me while I sleep. That's creepy. Nari laughed. It sounded like wind chimes. I promise. No more invisible watching. And so it began. The human and the alien, together on a lonely station at the edge of known space. Neither of them knew what would come next. Neither understood how their meeting would change everything. The next morning, Hyunwoo woke up and wondered if he had dreamed everything. But when he opened his eyes, Nari was sitting at his small table, looking at his tools with curiosity. The silver glow of her skin filled the room with soft light. You're really here, he said. I am really here, Nari confirmed. She picked up a wrench and examined it. This is a simple tool, but you use it to accomplish complex tasks. Interesting. Hyunwoo sat up and rubbed his face. It's just a wrench. Nothing is just anything, Nari said. Everything tells a story about who made it and why. They ate breakfast together. Nari did not eat the gray paste that Hyunwoo consumed. She explained that her body did not need food the way his did. She existed partially in another state, something she called quantum coherence. Hyunwoo did not really understand, but he nodded anyway. "I need to tell you something," Nari said after he finished eating. "Something important." Hyunwoo set down his bowl. "Okay." Nari's dark eyes looked troubled. "This station, your isolation, the equipment failures you have experienced, they were not all accidents." "What do you mean?" Hyunwoo felt a knot form in his stomach. "The Veluin Collective has been testing you," Nari said quietly. "Testing humanity through you. We caused some of the problems, the life support failure, the navigation glitches, the delayed supply shipments. We wanted to see how you would respond." Hyunwoo stood up so fast his chair fell backward. "You've been sabotaging my station? I could have died." "Yes," Nari said. She did not look away from his anger. "You could have. That was part of the test. We needed to see if humans truly possess the resilience we have observed. Many species claim strength, but few can prove it when truly challenged." "This is insane," Hyunwoo said. He paced the small room. "You've been playing with my life like it's some kind of experiment." "Yes," Nari said again, "and I am sorry. I did not create this test. I was sent only to observe. But I have watched you, and I have grown to regret what we have done." Hyunwoo stopped pacing. "Why are you telling me this now?" "Because it is wrong," Nari said simply. "My people see other beings as subjects to study. We do not consider that they have feelings, fears, hopes. But you do. You are a person, not a data point. I see that now." Hyunwoo sat back down. His anger was still there, but it was mixed with confusion. "What else haven't you told me?" Nari took a deep breath, though Hyunwoo suspected she did not actually need to breathe. "The collective is studying humanity because you are unique in the galaxy. Most species develop in groups. They have hive minds or strict social structures. They work together because they cannot function alone. But humans are different. You can be individuals. You can be alone and still be strong. This is almost unheard of." "So what?" Hyunwoo said. "Why does that matter?" "Because the galaxy is dangerous," Nari said. "There are species that conquer others, species that destroy anyone different from them. The collective has existed for thousands of years by staying hidden, by observing, but never interfering. We have watched many species rise and fall. And you think humans might fall?" "We think humans might survive," Nari said, "but only if you understand what you face. There is a species called the Dravix Ascendancy. They are expanding across the galaxy. They are strong, organized, and ruthless. They have already detected human colony ships at the edge of their territory." Hyunwoo felt cold. "What happened?" "Your colonists defended themselves," Nari said. "They fought back. They used tactics the Dravix had never seen before. Unpredictable tactics, desperate tactics, human tactics. The Dravix were confused and retreated, but they will return. And next time, they will bring more ships." "We need to warn Earth," Hyunwoo said immediately. "That is why I revealed myself," Nari said. "The collective is divided. Some want to let events unfold naturally. Others think humanity deserves a warning. I have decided to help you, even if it means going against my orders." "Why would you do that?" Hyunwoo asked. Nari looked at him with those deep, dark eyes. "Because I have watched you for 7 weeks. I have seen you face impossible problems with nothing but determination and creativity. You do not have the best tools. You do not have support. You are alone in the dark. But you continue. You adapt. You survive. I believe humanity has something precious, something worth preserving." Hyunwoo was quiet for a moment. "What do you need from me?" "I need your help to send a message to Earth," Nari said, "a detailed warning about the Dravix. But the station's communication array has been damaged." "By the collective?" Hyunwoo asked bitterly. "No," Nari said. This damage is real. A micrometeorite strike last month. You have been meaning to repair it, but the task requires a spacewalk during dangerous conditions. The nearby star produces radiation storms. I know, Hyunwoo said. I've been waiting for a safe window. Could be weeks. We do not have weeks, Nari said. The Draviks are already planning their attack. We need to send the message now. Hyunwoo walked to the window and looked out at the stars. Somewhere out there, Earth was spinning, billions of humans living their lives, unaware of the danger approaching. His friend Tai Yang was there. His family was there. Everyone he had ever known. The radiation storm is happening right now, he said. Going out there would be suicide. Perhaps, Nari said, but perhaps not. Humans are very good at surviving things that should kill them. I have seen this. Hyunwoo laughed, but there was no humor in it. You're asking me to risk my life to fix a problem that your people could have prevented? Yes, Nari said. And I have no right to ask, but I am asking anyway. Hyunwoo turned to look at her. Can you help? Do you have technology that could protect me? I can offer guidance, Nari said. I can monitor the radiation levels and tell you when the exposure is lowest. I can help you work faster, but I cannot go outside with you. My form is not suited for physical space. I exist partially between dimensions. So I'm on my own, Hyunwoo said. You have always been on your own, Nari said gently. That is the human condition, is it not? Alone, but moving forward anyway. Hyunwoo closed his eyes. Every part of him wanted to refuse, wanted to stay safe inside the station. But he thought about Earth, about the people who did not know what was coming, about the colony ships that had already faced the Draviks. They had fought. They had not given up. Okay, he said. I'll do it. But you better make sure your message is worth dying for. It is, Nari said. I promise you, it is. Hyunwoo spent the next hour preparing. He checked his spacesuit 3 times. He gathered his tools. He reviewed the repair procedure until he could do it with his eyes closed. Nari watched him work, offering suggestions when asked, staying silent when not. I have a question, Hyunwoo said as he sealed his helmet. Ask, Nari said. If I die out there, will the collective just find another human to test? Nari was quiet for a moment. Probably. Yes. Honest answer, Hyunwoo said. I appreciate that. I do not want you to die, Nari said. That is also honest. Good to know, Hyunwoo said. He stepped into the airlock. Let's get this done. The inner door closed. The air pumped out. The outer door opened. Hyunwoo stepped into the void, tethered to the station by a single cable. Around him, space stretched forever. Beautiful and deadly. The radiation storm raged invisibly, cooking everything it touched. I'm out, he said into his radio. I'm with you, Nari's voice came back. Move quickly to panel 7. The radiation is lowest near that section. Hyunwoo pulled himself along the station's hull. His hands gripped the metal, one movement at a time, one breath at a time. His suit's radiation alarm began to beep. Ignore it, Nari said. You have time. Trust me. Hyunwoo did not feel like he had time, but he trusted her anyway. After all, he did not have much choice. Hyunwoo's fingers were numb inside his gloves. He worked on the communication array while invisible radiation cooked the space around him. The damaged panel was worse than he thought. 3 circuits needed replacement, and 2 connectors were completely melted. How much time? He asked Nari. 6 minutes before radiation reaches critical levels. Her voice crackled in his helmet. I need 10, he said, pulling out a damaged circuit board. Then work faster, Nari said. There was worry in her voice. Hyunwoo wanted to laugh. Work faster, as if he was not already moving as fast as his cold fingers would allow. But he understood. This was all they had. This moment, this chance. He pulled spare parts from his tool bag. The parts were meant for interior repairs, not exterior ones. But humans were good at making things work that were not supposed to work, good at improvisation. He stripped wire with his teeth, connected circuits that should not connect, and held his breath. "Testing," he said, flipping a switch. "Signal received," Nari said. "The array is functional. Come back inside." "Not yet," Hyunwoo said. He pulled out a roll of metallic tape and began wrapping the repaired section. "If this breaks again, we can't send anything." "Hyunwoo, the radiation—" "I know," he said, wrapping faster. "Just keep talking. Tell me something." "What would you like to know?" Nari asked. "Anything. Just keep me distracted." "My people do not understand fear the way you do," Nari said. "We share all emotions among the collective. Fear becomes diluted, spread across millions of minds. But watching you now, I think I am beginning to understand it. I am afraid for you." "Welcome to being human," Hyunwoo said. He finished the wrapping and tested the connection one more time. "Okay. Coming back." He pulled himself along the tether toward the airlock. His radiation alarm was screaming now. His suit's systems were flashing warnings. But he was almost there, almost safe. Then something yanked his tether. Hyunwoo spun in space, disoriented. The station was moving away from him. No, he was moving away from the station. His tether was extending, pulling him into the void. "What's happening?" he shouted. "Someone is controlling the tether mechanism," Nari said. Her voice was tight with anger. "The collective. They are trying to stop us." "Stop them!" Hyunwoo clawed at the tether, trying to pull himself back. "I cannot," Nari said. "They have more control over the station systems than I do." Hyunwoo watched the station grow smaller. His oxygen had maybe 20 minutes left. The radiation was killing him, and now he was drifting into nothing. This was it. This was how he died, alone in space, killed by aliens who saw him as an interesting experiment. No. Hyunwoo refused to accept it. Humans did not give up. He pulled a cutting tool from his belt and sliced through his tether. Immediately, he stopped moving away from the station. But now he was also floating free with no way back. "What are you doing?" Nari's voice was panicked. "Something stupid," Hyunwoo said. He oriented himself toward the station and checked his suit's small maneuvering jets. They had enough fuel for maybe 3 seconds of thrust. It had to be enough. He aimed carefully. One shot. That was all he got. "Hyunwoo, wait," Nari said. "Let me calculate the trajectory." "No time," he said, and fired the jets. He shot forward like a missile. The station grew larger, but he was coming in too fast. Way too fast. He was going to hit the hull and bounce off into space or smash his helmet and die instantly. 50 meters. 40. 30. "Grab the antenna!" Nari shouted. Hyunwoo saw it. A small antenna array sticking out from the hull. He reached out his arms and prayed. His fingers caught metal. His momentum spun him around, slamming his back into the hull. Pain exploded through his body, but he held on. "I got it!" he gasped. "The airlock is 10 meters to your left," Nari said. "Climb." Hyunwoo climbed. His ribs screamed in pain. His hands could barely grip, but he moved, hand over hand, inch by inch. When he reached the airlock, he slapped the manual override and fell inside. The door closed. Air rushed in. Hyunwoo collapsed on the floor, breathing hard. "You are insane," Nari said. She materialized beside him, her silver form kneeling. "That should not have worked." "But it did," Hyunwoo said, pulling off his helmet. "That's the human way." Over the next few days, strange things continued to happen. The lights would flicker and die. The temperature controls would fail, making the station freezing cold or burning hot. Files on Hyunwoo's computer were deleted or corrupted. It was clear that the collective was not happy about Nari's interference. "Why are they doing this?" Hyunwoo asked as he rewired the heating system for the 3rd time. They believe I have violated observation protocols, Nari said. They think I am contaminating the study of humanity. Some of them want to remove me from the station entirely. Can they do that? They can try, Nari said, but I am not leaving. I have made my choice. Hyunwoo looked at her. This is causing you trouble, isn't it, with your people? Yes, Nari said simply. You could just go, Hyunwoo said. You've already helped me repair the array. We can send the message. You've done what you came to do. Is that what you want? Nari asked. Hyunwoo thought about it. A week ago he had been alone. Now he had company. Strange alien company, but company nonetheless. Someone to talk to. Someone who understood. No, he said honestly. I want you to stay. Then I will stay, Nari said. We will face the collective's interference together. They worked side by side, fixing each new problem that arose. Hyunwoo taught Nari about human engineering, how sometimes the best solution was not the most elegant one, how duct tape and wire could save lives, how humans looked at a broken machine and saw not failure, but possibility. Nari was amazed by his approach. Her people would calculate the mathematically perfect solution to any problem, but Hyunwoo just tried things. If something did not work, he tried something else. He combined parts that were never meant to go together. He used tools in ways they were never designed for. This is chaos, Nari said, watching him fix a water recycler with parts from a food processor. This is creativity, Hyunwoo corrected. Humans are very good at making do with what we have. Your species should not work, Nari said. By all logical standards, you should have gone extinct long ago. You are fragile. You are illogical. You make decisions based on emotion rather than calculation. And yet here we are, Hyunwoo said, sealing the repair with tape, still surviving. One night, the life support failed again. This time, it was a complete shutdown. The oxygen scrubbers stopped working. The temperature dropped. Alarms wailed through the station. This is bad, Hyunwoo said, checking the systems. The backup is also offline. This is a full sabotage. I will try to stop them, Nari said. Her form flickered and became translucent. What are you doing? Hyunwoo asked. Fighting in the digital realm, Nari said. Her voice sounded distant. The collective is attacking through the station's computer systems. I must defend. Hyunwoo watched as Nari seemed to fade, becoming one with the machines around them. He could see her presence moving through the wires, through the circuits, fighting an invisible battle against her own people. Meanwhile, he had his own battle. The oxygen was depleting. He had maybe 30 minutes before he suffocated. He grabbed his tools and ran to the life support room. The damage was extensive. Someone or something had overloaded the main processor. It was completely fried. Hyunwoo stared at the ruined component and felt despair creep in. He did not have a replacement. Even if he did, installation would take hours. But then he looked at the backup system. It was offline, but not damaged, just disconnected. Deliberately disconnected. Okay, Hyunwoo said to himself. If I can't fix the main system, I'll bypass it completely. He pulled open panels and traced wires. The backup system was designed to kick in automatically if the main system failed. But it needed a signal from the main processor to activate. Since that processor was dead, the backup just sat there doing nothing. Hyunwoo grabbed 2 wires and stripped their ends. Sorry about this, he said, and touched them together. Sparks flew. The backup system roared to life. Fresh air began pumping through the station. The temperature started rising. Hyunwoo sat on the floor breathing hard. His hands were burned from the sparks, but he was alive. Nari materialized beside him. She looked exhausted, if that was possible for a being made of light. I have pushed them back, she said. But they will return. They are very persistent. So are we, Hyunwoo said. So are we. Hyunwoo and Nari sat in the quiet station, surrounded by the glow of computer screens. They had spent the last 2 days preparing the message for Earth. It needed to be perfect. It needed to be believed. Tell me more about the Draviks, Hyunwoo said. Nari's image flickered on the main screen. She had learned to exist partially in the station's systems, making it easier for her to multitask. The Dravik's ascendancy believes in absolute order. Every being has a role. Every action follows a plan. They have conquered 17 star systems in the last 50 years. How do they fight? Hyunwoo asked. With overwhelming force and perfect coordination, Nari said. Their ships move as one. Their tactics are calculated centuries in advance. When they encounter a new species, they study it, find its weakness, and strike with precision. Most species surrender after the first battle. But humans didn't, Hyunwoo said. No, Nari said. Your colony ships at the border encountered 3 Dravik's scout vessels. The Draviks expected an easy victory. But your captains did something unexpected. What did they do? They fought dirty, Nari said. One ship pretended to surrender, then rammed a Dravik's vessel when it came close. Another used mining explosives as weapons. The third one played dead, then ambushed the remaining Draviks from behind. The tactics were chaotic, illogical, and completely effective. The Draviks retreated to reevaluate. Hyunwoo smiled despite himself. Sounds like humans. Yes, Nari said. But the Draviks are now studying these tactics. They will adapt. When they return, they will bring enough ships to ensure no tricks can save you. That is why we must warn Earth now. How long do we have? Hyunwoo asked. My estimates suggest 3 months, Nari said. Perhaps 4. The Draviks are mobilizing a fleet. They are not rushing because they do not believe humans pose a real threat. They think you got lucky. Did we? No, Nari said firmly. Luck is random. What your captains did was resourceful. That is different. Hyunwoo began typing the message. He included everything Nari had told him. The Dravik's fleet size, their likely approach vectors, their tactical doctrine, their weakness, which according to Nari was their inability to adapt quickly to chaos. This sounds insane, Hyunwoo said as he wrote. Who's going to believe that an alien contacted me and told me about an invasion? Include my authentication codes, Nari said. The Veluan Collective is known to Earth's deep space research programs. They have detected our observation probes before. My codes will prove I am legitimate. Your people won't be angry about that? Hyunwoo asked. They are already angry, Nari said. I have chosen my path. There is no going back. Hyunwoo looked at her image on the screen. You're giving up everything for this. For us. Not for all humans, Nari said quietly. For one human who showed me what it means to stand alone and keep fighting. If one human can do this, perhaps your entire species can. Perhaps you deserve a chance. They finished the message, just as the station's alarm began blaring again. Hyunwoo jumped to the console. What now? More interference, Nari said. The collective is trying to prevent transmission. Can you stop them? I can try, Nari said. But I need you to do something. What? The main transmission array is controlled by the central computer. They will block any signal from here. But there is a secondary array in the cargo bay. It is older, less powerful. But if we route through that system, they might not block it in time. Hyunwoo was already running. He grabbed his tools and sprinted to the cargo bay. The secondary array was covered in dust. It had not been used in years. He pulled open the panel and started rewiring. I need 5 minutes, he said. We might not have 5 minutes, Nari replied. They are shutting down systems all across the station. The lights went out. Emergency red lighting kicked in, bathing everything in blood-colored shadows. Hyunwoo worked by feel, his fingers tracing wires he could barely see. 3 minutes, he said. The temperature began dropping. His breath came out in clouds. They're trying to freeze me out. Keep working, Nari said. I am fighting them, but there are so many. 2 minutes. The gravity failed. Hyunwoo started floating, his tools drifting around him. He grabbed a wall handle and pulled himself back to the panel. His fingers were going numb from the cold. 1 minute. Hyunwoo, Nari said. Her voice sounded strained. I need to tell you something. Tell me after, Hyunwoo said, connecting the last wire. No. Now. Nari's image appeared beside him, flickering badly. If this works, if we send this message, the collective might try to remove me permanently. Not just from the station, from existence. Hyunwoo stopped working. What? They can terminate my quantum coherence, Nari said. Erase me completely. It is their ultimate punishment for those who break the most sacred rules. Then we don't send it, Hyunwoo said immediately. We find another way. There is no other way, Nari said. And we both know you cannot choose my life over billions of humans. Watch me, Hyunwoo said. Please, Nari said softly. Do not make my choice meaningless. I have decided that some things are worth dying for. Let me have this. Hyunwoo looked at her flickering image. He thought about the last few weeks, about having someone to talk to, about not being alone, about this strange alien who had become his friend. I don't want to lose you, he said. I know, Nari said, but you are human. You understand sacrifice. You understand doing what must be done even when it hurts. Hyunwoo closed his eyes. Then he connected the final wire. Array is ready. Routing the message now, Nari said. Sending in 3, 2, 1. The message shot out into space, traveling at the speed of light toward Earth. A warning, a gift, a chance. Nari screamed. Hyunwoo watched in horror as her image convulsed. She was being attacked, torn apart by invisible forces. The collective was making her pay for her betrayal. Nari! He shouted. It's done, she gasped. The message is sent. They cannot stop it now. What can I do? Hyunwoo felt helpless. The quantum containment field, Nari said. In the science lab, it is designed to study exotic particles. If you can modify it, you might be able to stabilize my coherence. I don't know how to do that, Hyunwoo said. Neither do I, Nari said. But you are human. You improvise. Hyunwoo flew through the zero-gravity station, pulling himself along walls. He reached the lab and stared at the quantum containment field. It was a cylinder of glass and metal, filled with swirling lights. He had no idea how it worked, but he had tools, and he had determination, and he had a friend who was dying. He pulled open the control panel. Inside were circuits and processors far more advanced than anything else on the station. This was cutting-edge Earth technology, experimental, barely tested. Talk to me, Hyunwoo said. Tell me what you need. Stability, Nari's voice was fading. My coherence is collapsing. I need something to anchor me to this dimension. How do I do that? I don't know, Nari said. I'm sorry, I don't know. Hyunwoo looked at the field generator. Then he looked at the station's power systems. An idea formed. A crazy, desperate idea. Nari, can you enter the containment field? He asked. Maybe, she said. Why? Because I'm going to turn this thing into your new home, Hyunwoo said. He started rerouting power systems. He connected the containment field to the station's main reactor. He bypassed safety systems and overrode warnings. Every engineer instinct told him this was wrong. This was dangerous. This could destroy the station. But Nari was dying, and he was human, and humans did not give up on their friends. Get inside, he said. Now! Nari's flickering form floated into the containment field. Hyunwoo activated the system. The field blazed with light. Energy poured through the circuits. Alarms screamed. "It's not enough," Nari said. "I'm still fading." Hyunwoo looked around desperately. Then he saw it. His personal data pad. It contained 8 months of logs, his thoughts, his feelings, his experiences on this lonely station. It contained his humanity. He plugged it into the containment field's input port. "Use this," he said. "Use my memories, my emotions. Anchor yourself to them." "That could bind me permanently to this form," Nari said. "I would never be able to rejoin the collective." "Good," Hyunwoo said. "Stay with me instead." The light in the containment field exploded. Hyunwoo was thrown backward. When his vision cleared, he saw Nari standing inside the cylinder. She looked solid, real. More human than before, but still unmistakably herself. "It worked," she said, wonder in her voice. "You saved me." "Of course I did," Hyunwoo said, breathing hard. "That's what friends do." 3 days passed. Nari remained in the containment field, learning to exist in her new form. She could leave the cylinder now, but only for short periods. The field had become her anchor, her connection to this reality. "How do you feel?" Hyunwoo asked, bringing her a cup of water. She could not drink it, but she liked to hold it, liked pretending to be more human. "Strange," Nari said. She looked at her hands. They were solid now, with fingers that could touch and feel. "I can sense things I never could before. Temperature, texture, pain." "Pain?" Hyunwoo frowned. "You're in pain?" "Not physical pain," Nari said. "But I feel the absence of the collective. For my entire existence, I was connected to millions of minds. Now there is only silence. It is lonely." "I know something about loneliness," Hyunwoo said quietly. "Yes," Nari said. "That is why I used your memories as my anchor. Your loneliness felt familiar. It felt like something I could understand." They sat together in comfortable silence. The station hummed around them. Outside, stars burned in the endless dark. Inside, 2 beings from different worlds shared space and time. "Do you regret it?" Hyunwoo finally asked. "Helping me? Losing everything?" Nari thought for a long moment. "No," she said. "I have learned something important. The collective believes that connection is everything, that individuals cannot be whole. But watching you these months, being with you now, I understand that being alone does not mean being incomplete. You were always whole, Hyunwoo, all by yourself." "I don't feel whole," Hyunwoo admitted. "I feel broken most days." "Broken things can still function," Nari said. "That is another human trait. You do not wait to be perfect before you act. You act with whatever you have." A beep from the communication console interrupted them. Hyunwoo jumped up. "That's the long-range receiver. The message reached Earth." They rushed to the console. A text transmission was coming through. It was short, direct, and in military code, but Hyunwoo could read it. "They received the warning," he said, relief flooding through him. "They're mobilizing the defense fleet, and they want to talk to us, to you." "To me?" Nari looked surprised. "You're the first confirmed alien contact," Hyunwoo said. "First friendly alien contact. They want to know everything." Over the next week, Nari spoke with Earth's leaders through video transmissions. The lag time was significant, several hours between question and answer, but they made it work. She explained the Dravik's threat. She described the galaxy beyond human space. She answered 1,000 questions about the Veluan Collective, about alien civilizations, about humanity's place in the cosmic order. "They are afraid," Nari told Hyunwoo after one particularly long session, "but they are also hopeful. That is very human." "Fear and hope usually come together," Hyunwoo said. "You can't have one without the other." "The collective only knows certainty," Nari said. "We calculate probabilities and act accordingly." "But humans embrace uncertainty." You move forward even when you do not know what waits ahead. We don't have much choice, Hyunwoo said. Standing still means dying, so we move. Earth's response was swift. Ships began gathering at defensive positions. Colonies were warned. Plans were made. But everyone knew they were outnumbered and outgunned. The Draviks had centuries of military experience. Humanity had bravery and desperation. Will it be enough? Hyunwoo asked Nari one night. I do not know, she said honestly. The mathematics are not favorable, but mathematics do not account for human unpredictability. Perhaps that will make the difference. Then something unexpected happened. The Veluan Collective sent a message, not to Earth, to Nari. She read it in silence, her expression unreadable. Then she looked at Hyunwoo. They want to speak with me. Is it safe? Hyunwoo asked immediately. I do not know, Nari said, but I must answer. They are still my people, even if I am no longer one of them. Nari entered the containment field and closed her eyes. Hyunwoo watched as she communicated with the collective, her form flickering with strange lights. The conversation lasted 3 hours. When it ended, Nari emerged looking exhausted and troubled. What did they say? Hyunwoo asked. They are divided, Nari said. Some want to help humanity. They believe you deserve a chance. Others say we should not interfere with natural galactic events. There is a third group that wants to help the Draviks eliminate humans, seeing your unpredictability as a threat to galactic stability. That's not good, Hyunwoo said. No, Nari agreed. But there is hope. The faction that wants to help you has proposed something. They will share technology with humanity. Not weapons, but communication technology, something that will let your ships coordinate better. Why would they do that? Hyunwoo asked suspiciously. Because I convinced them, Nari said. I told them what I have learned here, that humanity represents something precious, a different way of being, that the galaxy needs diversity, not conformity, that your stubborn refusal to give up inspires hope even in ancient beings like the collective. And they believed you? Some did, Nari said. Enough to make a difference. The technology arrived a week later, transmitted as data packets that Earth's scientists struggled to understand. But Nari helped translate it. She worked with Earth's top engineers, teaching them how to build quantum communication networks that could link every human ship instantaneously. This will give you an advantage, Nari explained during one transmission. The Draviks jam normal communications, but quantum links cannot be jammed. Your fleet will be able to coordinate in real time, even across vast distances. Will it be enough to win? The question came from Admiral Su-jin, the commander of Earth's defense fleet. No, Nari said honestly. You are still outnumbered 3-1, but it will give you a chance. And chances are, all anyone can ask for. Hyunwoo watched Nari work tirelessly, teaching humans alien science, bridging 2 worlds. She grew weaker each day. The effort of maintaining her solid form and communicating across vast distances was draining her. You need to rest, Hyunwoo told her. I will rest when this is done, Nari said, when Earth is safe. Earth might not be safe, Hyunwoo said. The Draviks might win. Then I will have tried, Nari said. That is enough. One night, Hyunwoo found Nari standing by the window looking at the stars. She seemed more translucent than usual, her form barely solid. Are you okay? He asked. I am dying, Nari said simply. What? Hyunwoo felt panic rise in his chest. But I stabilized you. The containment field is holding me together, Nari said. But I am not meant to exist this way, torn from the collective, anchored to a dimension I was never designed for. I am like a fish trying to breathe air. Possible for a time, but not sustainable. How long? Hyunwoo asked. Weeks, perhaps days, Nari said. I am not certain. My form is degrading slowly. We can fix this, Hyunwoo said desperately. We fixed you before. We can do it again. No, Nari said gently. Some things cannot be fixed, but that is acceptable. I have done what I came to do. I have helped humanity prepare. I have made a difference. You've done more than that, Hyunwoo said. His voice cracked. You've been my friend. You've kept me sane out here. You've made me feel less alone. And you have shown me what it means to be truly alive, Nari said. The collective exists, but does not live. We calculate, but do not feel. You have taught me to feel, Hyunwoo. That is a gift I can never repay. They stood together by the window. Outside, a ship appeared. It was massive, bristling with weapons and armor. An Earth warship come to bring Hyunwoo and Nari home before the Draviks arrived. We should go, Nari said. The war is coming. We need to be there. Can you survive the journey? Hyunwoo asked. I survived this long, Nari said. I can survive a little longer. They packed what little they had. Hyunwoo took one last look at the station that had been his home for 9 months. 9 months of loneliness and struggle. 9 months that had changed everything. Are you ready? Nari asked. No, Hyunwoo said honestly. But let's go anyway. They boarded the warship. As the station grew smaller behind them, Hyunwoo realized he was not afraid. He had faced isolation, sabotage, radiation, and impossible odds. He had survived with nothing but determination and duct tape. Whatever came next, he would face it the same way, one problem at a time, one solution at a time, never giving up. That was the human way. The warship traveled for 2 weeks before reaching Earth's defensive perimeter. Hyunwoo spent most of that time helping Nari stay stable. Her containment field had been moved to a special laboratory on the ship, but the journey was hard on her weakening form. We're approaching Mars orbit, a crew member announced. Earth Command wants to speak with both of you. Hyunwoo and Nari entered the communication room. On the screen appeared Admiral Soo-jin, a woman with sharp eyes and gray hair pulled back tightly. Behind her, Hyunwoo could see the command center bustling with activity. Welcome back to human space, Soo-jin said. Though I wish it were under better circumstances. Thank you, Admiral, Hyunwoo said. What's the situation? The Draviks fleet has been spotted 3 weeks away, Soo-jin said grimly. 47 capital ships, over 200 support vessels. We have 16 capital ships and maybe 90 smaller craft. We're badly outnumbered. The quantum communication network? Nari asked. Her voice was weak but clear. Functional, Soo-jin said. Your technology works. All our ships are linked. But Admiral Nari, I need to know. Is there any other help coming from your people? The Veluan Collective is still debating, Nari said. Some want to help. Others want to remain neutral. They are afraid of the consequences of intervention. Afraid of what? Soo-jin asked. Of change, Nari said. The collective has survived for millennia by avoiding conflict, by observing but never participating. If they help you, they break that tradition. Some fear it will lead to their destruction. So we're on our own, Soo-jin said. It was not a question. You have always been on your own, Nari said. That is the human condition. But you have each other. That is more than most species can say. After the call ended, Hyunwoo found Nari staring at her hands. They were becoming translucent again, fading in and out of visibility. You need to rest, he said. I need to do more, Nari said. There must be something else I can offer, some advantage I can give you. You've already given us everything, Hyunwoo said. The warning, the communication technology. You've done enough. It is not enough, Nari said. Not if you lose. Not if billions die because I could not do more. That's not on you, Hyunwoo said firmly. We make our own choices. We fight our own battles. You've given us a chance. That's all anyone can do. But Nari would not rest. She spent her remaining strength reaching out to the Veluan Collective, pleading humanity's case. Hyun-woo watched her argue with beings he could not see, making her case in ways he could not understand. Finally, after 3 days of constant communication, Nari collapsed. Hyun-woo caught her before she fell, her form barely solid in his arms. "I have convinced them," she whispered. "A small faction. Enough to make a difference." "What did they agree to?" Hyun-woo asked. "They will not fight the Draviks," Nari said, "but they will share one more thing. The Draviks' tactical database. All their known strategies, all their battle patterns, everything the collective has observed about them." "That's huge," Hyun-woo said. "It is all I could get," Nari said. "The collective is afraid, but they are willing to give you information. What you do with it is up to you." "Why did they agree?" Hyun-woo asked. "Because I told them what you taught me," Nari said. "That standing by and watching evil happen is the same as causing it. That neutrality is a choice, and sometimes it is the wrong choice. That the strong have a duty to protect the weak." "I never said any of that," Hyun-woo said, confused. "You did not need to say it," Nari said. "You lived it. Every day on that station, you could have given up, could have let the machines break, could have let yourself die. But you kept fighting. Not because someone told you to, but because it was the right thing to do. That lesson changed me, and through me, it changed some of the collective." The data arrived the next day. Petabytes of information about the Draviks. Earth's military analysts worked around the clock to process it all. Patterns emerged. Weaknesses were found. The Draviks were powerful, but they were also predictable. They followed doctrine rigidly. They did not adapt well to chaos. "We can use this," Admiral Soo-jin announced during a strategy meeting that Hyun-woo and Nari attended via video link. "The Draviks expect us to fight defensively, to protect Earth and the colonies. But what if we go on the attack?" "You want to attack a superior force?" one of her officers asked, incredulous. "I want to confuse them," Soo-jin said. "The data shows they struggle when facing unexpected tactics. So we give them tactics they have never seen. We split our forces. We use small ships to harass their larger ones. We make them chase us through asteroid fields and nebulas. We turn this into the kind of messy, chaotic fight that humans excel at." "It is risky," another officer said. "Everything is risky," Soo-jin said. "But sitting still and waiting to die is not the human way." Hyun-woo smiled. That sounded familiar. The fleet began preparations. Ships were repositioned. New tactics were drilled. Pilots practiced maneuvers that made no logical sense, but might work through sheer audacity. The mood shifted from grim acceptance to determined hope. Nari watched it all from her containment field. "Your species is remarkable," she said to Hyun-woo. "You face extinction with courage and creativity." "What else can we do?" Hyun-woo said. "Giving up is not an option." "For most species, it is the only option," Nari said. "When faced with overwhelming force, they calculate the odds and surrender. But humans see bad odds as a challenge, not a reason to quit." "We're either very brave or very stupid," Hyun-woo said. "Perhaps both," Nari said. "Perhaps that is why you survive." 1 week before the Draviks arrived, Admiral Soo-jin called Hyun-woo to her office. He took a shuttle to the flagship, a massive carrier called the Endurance. The ship was a hive of activity, crew members rushing everywhere, preparing for battle. Soo-jin's office was surprisingly small. Just a desk, 2 chairs, and a window showing the stars. She gestured for Hyun-woo to sit. "I wanted to thank you personally," she said. "For the warning, for bringing Nari to us, for giving us a chance." "I just did what needed doing," Hyun-woo said. "That seems to be a pattern with you," Soo-jin said, looking at his file on her desk. 9 months alone on a failing station, multiple near-death experiences, and you just kept going." Someone had to, Hyun-woo said. Most people would have requested evacuation, Soo-jin said. Called for rescue. But you stayed and fixed the problems yourself. There was no one else to fix them, Hyun-woo said simply. Soo-jin studied him for a moment. I have a question. Why did you trust Nari? She admitted to sabotaging your station, to testing you. Most people would have refused to help after that. Hyun-woo thought about it. Because she was honest. She could have kept lying, but she told me the truth. And because I saw that she changed. She started as an observer but became someone who cared. That matters. Forgiveness is also very human, Soo-jin said. Most species in the galaxy hold grudges forever. But humans can forgive, can move forward, can build something new from broken pieces. Is that why you wanted to see me? Hyun-woo asked. To talk about human nature? No, Soo-jin said. I wanted to offer you a position. We need someone who understands Nari and the collective, someone who can coordinate between human forces and alien intelligence, someone who does not quit when things get hard. I want you on my command staff. Hyun-woo was surprised. I'm just an engineer. You're a survivor, Soo-jin said, and right now that's what we need most. Hyun-woo thought about the quiet station, about being alone, about the simple work of fixing machines. Then he thought about Earth, about billions of humans who did not know they were about to face annihilation, about Nari, who had given up everything to help them. Okay, he said. I'll do it. Good, Soo-jin said. She stood and extended her hand. Welcome to the war, Hyun-woo. They shook hands. Through the window behind her, Hyun-woo could see Earth glowing blue and green in the distance. Home. Worth fighting for. Worth dying for. The Draviks were coming, but humanity was ready. Not because they had the best weapons or the strongest ships, but because they had something the Draviks did not understand. They had the will to stand against the impossible, and that made all the difference. The Draviks fleet arrived on schedule. 47 massive warships dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of human space. They were beautiful in a terrible way, all sharp angles and gleaming metal. They moved with perfect precision, each ship in exact formation with the others. They're here, Admiral Soo-jin announced from the bridge of the Endurance. Around her, the command crew worked silently, efficiently. Hyun-woo stood nearby, linked to Nari through a portable containment unit. Her form was barely visible now, more ghost than solid being. They are broadcasting, the communication officer said. Put it through, Soo-jin ordered. A voice filled the bridge. It was cold, mechanical, translated through alien systems. Humans, you have shown aggression toward the Dravik's ascendancy. You will surrender your colonies and submit to our authority. You have 1 hour to comply. Soo-jin did not hesitate. Tell them no. Admiral? The officer looked uncertain. Tell them humanity does not surrender, Soo-jin said firmly. Tell them if they want our worlds, they will have to take them. The message was sent. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then the Dravik's fleet began moving forward, slowly, confidently, like they had all the time in the world. All ships, Soo-jin said into the quantum communication network. Execute Operation Chaos. The human fleet scattered. Ships that had been in defensive formation suddenly broke apart, moving in seemingly random directions. Small fighters raced toward the Draviks, while larger cruisers pulled back. It looked like panic, like a force in complete disarray. The Draviks are recalculating, Nari whispered from her containment unit. They expected a defensive stand. This confuses them. Good, Hyun-woo said. Confusion is what we need. The first fighters reached the Dravik's fleet. Instead of engaging the warships directly, they fired at the support vessels. Small, quick attacks that destroyed communications relays and sensor arrays. The Draviks returned fire, but the human ships were already gone, darting behind asteroids and debris. "They are trying to restore formation," Nari said, monitoring the battle through channels Hyunwoo could not access. "But our attacks are disrupting their coordination." "Keep the pressure on," Sujin ordered. "Do not let them organize." For 3 hours, human ships harassed the Dravik's fleet. It was not heroic. It was not glorious. It was desperate and messy, but it was working. The Draviks, used to enemies that fought with honor and logic, did not know how to respond to this chaos. Then, the Draviks adapted. Their commander pulled the fleet into a tight defensive sphere, impossible to attack from any angle without crossing a killing field of fire. The human harassment stopped working. "They are learning," Nari said, "faster than I expected." "Plan B, then," Sujin said. She opened the fleet-wide channel. "All ships, execute desperate measures." Hyun-woo had seen the plan. It was insane. It involved using civilian ships as decoys, military vessels as rams, and tactics that any military academy would call suicide. It was the kind of plan that only worked if everyone involved was willing to die trying. A mining ship, the same model as the station Hyunwoo had lived on, accelerated toward the Dravik sphere. It was filled with explosives and piloted by remote control. The Draviks ignored it, focusing on the military threats. The mining ship exploded inside their formation. The blast was enormous, taking out 2 Dravik's cruisers and damaging 5 more. The perfect sphere broke apart. Human ships poured into the gaps. They fired at close range, too close for the large Dravik's guns to track. Ships exploded on both sides. The battle became a brawl, the kind of chaotic mess that humans understood, and the Draviks did not. "We're losing ships," an officer reported, "but we're doing damage." "Keep going," Sujin said. "Make them work for every meter." Hyunwoo watched the tactical display. Red icons representing human ships winked out one by one. Each one was a crew, people fighting and dying, but they were taking Dravik's ships with them. The odds were improving, slowly. "Nari," Hyunwoo said, "can you reach the collective? Can you ask for help now?" "I have been asking," Nari said weakly, "but they are afraid. They see humanity fighting, and they fear becoming involved." "Tell them something," Hyunwoo said. "Tell them that standing aside while evil wins is the same as helping evil. Tell them that the galaxy needs beings who will stand up, not hide." Nari looked at him. Her form was so faint now that he could barely see her. "You want me to shame them into helping?" "I want you to make them understand," Hyunwoo said, "the way I made you understand." Nari closed her eyes. Hyunwoo did not know what she said to the collective. He did not understand the quantum communication that passed between them, but he saw her form flicker and fade, pouring what remained of her life into one final plea. Minutes passed. The battle raged. More human ships fell. The Draviks were pushing forward again, reorganizing despite the chaos. Then space bent. Ships appeared. Not human ships, not Dravik's ships. Vessels made of light and mathematics, existing in multiple dimensions at once. The Veluan collective had come. "We offer sanctuary," a voice announced across all channels, "to any who wish to withdraw from this conflict." The Dravik's fleet hesitated. They had never encountered the Veluan before, never seen ships that could appear and disappear at will. "To the Draviks," the voice continued, "you face an enemy that will not surrender, an enemy that grows stronger through adversity, an enemy that turns your own tactics against you. This is humanity, and the collective has decided they are worth protecting. Withdraw now, or face us as well." Hyunwoo held his breath. Would it work? Would the Draviks back down? The Dravik's commander responded. "The collective is known for non-interference. You will not fight." "We will not fight," the Veluan voice agreed. "But we will shield those who fight. We will transport your weapons away. We will disable your ships without destroying them. We will make it impossible for you to win without making it possible for you to die. And we will do this forever if necessary. It was the perfect threat. The Draviks believed in efficiency, in calculated victory. A battle they could never win but never end was their nightmare. We require time to consider, the Draviks commander said. You have 1 hour, the Veluan voice said. The same hour you gave humanity. The Draviks' fleet pulled back. They did not retreat fully, but they stopped advancing. Sujin ordered the human fleet to regroup. Ships that were barely functional limped back to defensive positions. The count was grim. 7 capital ships lost, 40 fighters destroyed, but they had survived, for now. Hyun-woo rushed to Nari's containment unit. She was barely visible, her form almost completely transparent. He could see through her to the machinery behind. Nari, he said, stay with me. I am here, she whispered. For a moment longer. You did it, Hyun-woo said. You saved us. No, Nari said. You saved yourselves. I only convinced others to watch, to see what I saw. What did you see? Hyun-woo asked. A species worth knowing, Nari said. A people who face the impossible and try anyway, who stand alone but fight together, who are broken but keep functioning. You showed me that existence is not about calculation, it is about choice, and I choose to believe in you. Don't go, Hyun-woo said. Please, we can fix this. We can find a way to keep you stable. Some things end, Nari said gently. That is part of life. I have learned this from you. The important thing is what we do with the time we have. And I have spent my time well. I have made a difference. I have found a friend. You're my friend too, Hyun-woo said, his vision blurred with tears. Then remember me, Nari said, when you see the stars, when you face new challenges, when you think you cannot continue. Remember that an alien once believed in you, believed in all of you, and know that you are never truly alone. Her form flickered one last time. Then she was gone. The containment field stood empty, its lights dimming. Hyun-woo stood there, staring at the empty space where his friend had been. Around him, the ship continued its work. Repairs, medical care, preparation for whatever came next. Life went on. The Draviks did not attack again. After 4 hours of deliberation, they withdrew. The Veluan collective had made it clear that humanity was under their protection. Not forever, not unconditionally, but long enough for humans to grow stronger, to spread further, to become the kind of force that could stand on its own. Months later, Hyun-woo returned to his mining station. It was abandoned now, no longer needed with the war over. But he wanted to see it one more time. The place where everything had changed. He floated through the familiar corridors, the bunk where Nari had first appeared, the communication array they had risked everything to repair, the lab where he had saved her life for a time. You were right, he said to the empty station, about humans, about our strength. We did survive. We made it through. There was no answer, just the hum of inactive machines and the silence of space. But Hyun-woo felt at peace. Nari had taught him that being alone did not mean being weak, that solitude could be a source of strength, that one person, one choice, one moment of courage could change everything. He thought about the billions of humans across dozens of worlds. They had faced extinction and survived. They had been tested and proven themselves, and now they knew they were not alone in the galaxy. There were friends out there, and enemies, and endless possibilities. Hyun-woo sealed the station and returned to his ship. Earth was calling him back. Admiral Sujin had a new position for him. Humanity's first ambassador to alien species, a bridge between worlds. As his ship accelerated toward home, Hyun-woo looked at the stars. Somewhere out there, the Veluan collective watched. Somewhere, Other species wondered about the humans who refused to quit. Somewhere the galaxy was changing because one lonely engineer had met one curious alien and both had chosen to care. He had slept alone. But he had awakened to find he was part of something larger, part of a species that endured, part of a galaxy that was just beginning to understand what humanity meant. And that made all the difference. The universe was vast, the challenges were endless, but humanity would face them as they always had, together yet individual, broken but functional, afraid but moving forward anyway. That was the human way. That was how they survived. That was how they would always survive.